As you can see, Operation Weserübung is now underway. Our forces are striking a port all along the Norwegian coast. Your area of operations is focused on central Norway, with Trondheim as the main target. I've conferred with General Falkenhorst on this, and we both agree that the surprise attack is your best chance to seize Trondheim before the Norwegians can organize an impenetrable coastal defense. To preserve the element of surprise, you will only be able to deploy a very small portion of your force here. Pick a small detachment of your best infantrymen, blitz directly down the fjord, and land as close to Trondheim as possible. Remember, speed is paramount. If you aren't fast enough, enemy coastal batteries will decimate your forces whilst they are still in their vulnerable naval transports. Once Trondheim is secure, you will be able to deploy the rest of your forces. I suggest you split them to cover as much ground as quickly as possible. This way, you can seize Namsos here, to the north, while also penetrating deep into the country's interior as far south as Lillehammer. There is this somewhat unreliable report of British naval activity approaching Norway from this direction. Even so, I would highly recommend not sending any of your troop ships that way until our Kriegsmarine escorts can scout the region and confirm these reports one way or another. Now, if you will excuse me, I have a meeting between High Command and General Manstein I must attend to. Good luck.
Alright, welcome back once again. Let's remove these guys first and foremost, because we're not going to use these guys anyway. And since there's only one airfield on this map, I'm going to remove a fighter as well, giving these guys elites. Yeah, because of the performance previously, I definitely think that I want to overstrength these guys, at least for this mission, to 14. Now that we've removed all those tanks, we have a lot of slots to cover. We'll still deploy the recons though, but I want to overstrength the infantry too. At least in such a way that I want to get 2 additional strength for 1 extra unit slot. So that's what I'm gonna do for these units. I'm also gonna buy another Pioneers. I found that Pioneers are really one of the few effective ways to deal with infantry in the city. Regular infantry really doesn't cut it. They take way too many losses, especially with the 20% damage bonus for the enemy. So that's really not good. And yeah, these guys can actually go to 11, so that's great. Anyway, yeah, this is the second mission in Norway, so we're attacking from both the south and simultaneously in the north, of course, to secure the iron ore from Sweden through Narvik. Well, that's not included here, but fine. Yeah, definitely upgrading these guys, and I'll deploy 1 artillery, 2 pioneers, and 1 of the Gebirgsjäger. So I want to test out the Gebirgsjäger in this map for a little bit. Reason for that is that the Gebirgsjäger are technically better than infantry when it comes to hilly terrain and mountainous terrain. They get +4 attack and defense in hills or mountains, and this map is stacked with hills and mountains, so they pretty much, it will be really easy to maneuver them, and that I will get this bonus nearly all the time. Not only that, the Gebirgsjäger also have 2 close defense, whereas the regular infantry has 0, so they're going to take massive hits from pretty much anything by using the regular infantry. The regular Wehrmacht infantry in that regard is actually pretty bad. Because it doesn't matter if they are in close terrain, they still have 0 defense, so they're still going to take a massive beating from anything else, and the enemy is going to have like literally a 95 to 100% chance to deal damage if their attack hits. And with a 70% accuracy, that just basically means that for every strength point that an enemy infantry has that is able to get through my defenses, they are going to be able to deal damage to my Wehrmacht infantry, because they have no defense whatsoever at this stage. So that's just really bad. trying to get rid of that thing, but it's not going well. Yeah, definitely not going according to expected outcome, so taking a bit more damage than I would have liked. Probably need to get the Hipper involved on the next turn too. Okay, I took the bait because I don't want those forts to attack my land forces. I need at least like 2 turns for that. Ow. But at least we have the submarine here, dealing absolutely no damage. It's just unbelievable. Fine though, fine. My destroyers also weren't able to take that out. It's like, things are not going well here. Like, how many German destroyers do you need to destroy one allied one? Well, apparently you need at least 3. Alright, keep these guys out. This is why I want those overstrength pioneers. That's to beat the crap out of that infantry there. So yeah, that additional overstrength really does wonders here. Really nice. Took that was a clean kill basically. Well, they're not dead, but I removed them without any trouble. So that's good at least. Try to hide. No sense in attacking. I don't know whether the enemy can see me if I attack, but yeah, definitely trying to stay sheer clear. Really curious to see what the odds are for the submarine against the capital ship. So 5 strength points left, so I should really only be able to do 2.5, and they round that up to 3 because of 55. Alright. It's just 8 damage from the swordfish. That's oh boy. Alright, let's suicide these guys into it. Boom, boom, boom. And then first attack. Alright, there we go. Took the entire German Navy to take that ship down, but we did it. We did it. Let's attack again to neutralize this fort. And at 3 strength, it's really not that big of an issue anymore. Shell the other guys, get rid of their entrenchments. Use the pioneers again. I could have actually moved these guys first in order to get a mass attack bonus. That was a bit silly of me. Yeah, I gotta get into the flow of this game here, definitely. So, might have been able to save a damage on my engineers there. But, yeah, that's fine. But that definitely would have been better. So, it's a first mistake made, I suppose. Let's deploy the Air Force. Very tiny Air Force for now. I've been happy with my with the performance of my small caliber anti-aircraft, like the 3.7 millimeter or 3.6. Huh. Okay, it's dead. And another capital ship. At least I still have my submarine, but at 2 strength, that's not going to be a whole lot. So, I'm sure that they have the illustrious carrier there, since that was historically there. But I thought that the battle with the illustrious was closer to Narvik, and not so much down here. And I thought it was already on the way back, so there were the ships that came back after a successful mission at Narvik, I think. After the Battle of Narvik, these naval units went back, and then they found the illustrious, I think, and they destroyed it. But I'm not 100% sure on that. Either way, let's deploy a few more units, and especially the artillery. which is going to be super important, of course. Can already move these and then deploy a recon. Shouldn't have attacked there because these guys attack back. I'm still in my Panzer Corps mindset still. I really need to switch because on Panzer Corps they didn't attack back. Trying to stay away from that swordfish. Hoping they won't see it. I'm not sure whether the enemy actually sees where you fire from. End of turn. Yep. So they attacked. It was obvious. So they can probably see a unit if it fires on something else. Oh no, the enemy capital ship has vision 4 or something anyway. So that yeah, that doesn't really mean anything. So they could have seen my unit regardless there. I need to put another unit there because with rain this is not good. This is not good. Okay, let's get them there. Go in there. And because of the initiative cap, I'm gonna take damage now, or at least predicted to. It's fine though. As long as I can take that fort down. The fort is pretty nasty here, so I'd rather get rid of that. So they have an infantry, they might move up and attack, but as long as it's out of range, that's fine. What's going on here? Yeah, sure. It just hit in the ground. Yep. Alright, game. Nope, I shouldn't deploy it there. Come on. Making all these silly mistakes. Yeah, it's risky, but at 16 strength and on the hills, it's engineers, so they do have 8 close defense, so they are less susceptible than putting mountaineers there, although they will get defensive bonus. Alright, fine. Okay. Huh. They did attack then afterwards, huh? Well, they can surely see that again. 5 damage, huh? I thought it would predict it was 2. I have not had amazing luck in the naval department. But, yeah. Okay, at least I did 2 here. I should be able to at least destroy that other county class. I think county class is heavy cruiser, but yeah, let's see where they retreat actually. So they are going counterclockwise at the moment. Finish them off. And I need to be careful of that mountain unit, because it can still move 2 axes through the mountains. Mountains have a movement of 1.5 for most units, even for Gebirgsjäger. So let's put the recon there, and I want to get that extra attack bonus, so hopefully I get to destroy the fort. Perfect, that's good. Okay. And I can shell the Gebirgsjäger attack, shell it again. Hope to get a good suppression here. Really nice that I got that additional attack, so now I can finish it off in one go. That will allow me to take the city on the next turn. So that's good. Fortress is gone. And yeah, probably need to stay in that formation. Still have a long way to go, so I probably should be moving need the recon, or I think also another artillery there. That's probably necessary. It's a much more distance down there than up north, where it's relatively short distance to Namsas. Although we don't know how many enemy units there are. That ship is trying to get my port. We've seen in the last... Oh. Wow. Okay, they get to go that far. Ugh. This didn't deal that much damage, but that sucks. I really need to finish that off on this turn. I don't want them to take my port, which we've seen is something they can do. Might have to sacrifice the Admiral Hipper for that. And both ships died. Now that's what I call blaze of glory. Ugh. It makes it even worse, supposedly. First it was 3-8, but now I'm no longer attacking from a hills position. Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have moved in the Dosaki. I didn't think about that. Let's go. That will give me surrender. Just one strength point, but I really am happy that that unit is gone. Though again, I should have attacked them first with the pioneers, but by moving them to the right, I got rid of my own hills bonus, which is 10% accuracy. And actually attacking from the other side, that removes 10% accuracy, so I'm double worse off by moving to the right. Okay, that was super lucky. Don't need to finish it off, but just stay in good formation. So it doesn't get too crazy. Just making sure 100% they can't attack my artillery. Yeah, go there. Excellent. And let's see. Not really a whole lot I can do here, neither can the enemy. I need to cross the river, but these guys are never gonna leave. Alright, it's not that much there. Yeah, they're way too dug in. That's a lot of misses though, so... right. That's just... yeah, that's not happening. If I move them in the hills, maybe the AI will try to attack it. Lure them out of their fortifications. Could work. So then either they will attack the recon or they won't because of the artillery, which would be better even. And then I can squash the enemy unit. I should probably give these guys some elites inside the mission. It really sucks to do that already now, but well, on this difficulty you're just gonna take a lot more damage as well, especially with the limited effect of the artillery. They've really nerfed artillery, which was really good in Panzer Corps 1. You really needed a substantial amount. And then in Order of Battle it was less good, but still super useful, I think. It's been a very long time since I played that game. Which is good, because I was a bit tired of it. Okay, now they're on the river, so they should be much more easily disposable. Ugh. Yeah, let's not do that. Okay, so... yeah, 1-9 is good enough. No, not gonna finish them off. I'll wait a turn before we cross the river. Crossing rivers always tough, so sometimes just not a lot you can do. I'll take down those units down there now. Well, that's a really good hit, actually. But they have only 3 suppression. I can do a lot better. Now I get to attack them. Good hit. Moving there. Again. And... yeah, let's just finish them off with the recon here. Yeah. Move forward. Alright. Let's take a look, which is not a good idea because now they're gonna see it and attack it, actually. So that was dumb. Yeah. Luckily the storage is cheap, but... Alright. At least I can get some experience in the fire here. That's not a bad odds. Unless you get unlucky and get hit massively. Oh well. This game has even more crazy swings than in Panzer Corps 1. Because they have the additional die rolls, like they have 10 more die rolls for each attack, which is nuts. I'm not gonna cross the river here because I have a sensation that the AI can magically see that I'm crossing the river. I'm not taking any chances. Might just as well wait another turn. Yet another one. But it's better safe than sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna use these guys to move into that city, take an extra 50. Shell them twice, and should also be able to get these guys in there. Then I can move the artillery into a decent spot as well. Artillery is already on hills, so it's not as if they will do better by moving forward. In fact, moving the artillery in the forest will reduce its efficiency, but I kind of have to. Alright, they have yet another unit in there. They really have a lot of troops down there. Not gonna lie. And until my troops get better than they are currently, like with additional stars of experience, which they really need, there's nothing I can do about it. Yeah, and a turn. Guys going back. Oh, they still decide that they wanna play. Damn. It's still a good attack though. Yeah, it's really rough playing with this range of variation. That's even crazier than in Panzer Corps. Let's repair and put the other artillery there too. Yeah, that's now good. Move forward. And that means let's just give them some replacements. 19 is fine. Don't need to give them replacements, I think. Can't bomb. And that's it, I think. Yeah, and take better positions. They might actually attack. There's still 4 units in there. This is quite a lot actually for these two to take care of. But the terrain is not very maneuverable. In a way, I'm happy that they're counterattacking because they're taking a lot more damage than I am. Alright, I will have to give my fighters some elites now. That sucks, but, you know, if they wouldn't have taken these unlucky hits, I wouldn't have needed to do that, but unfortunately I do. Ugh. Well, 3-5 is better. One other problem is that it also takes very long to kill all of these guys, and I actually don't have that many units. I mean, it looks like I'm using a lot of slots, but most of the stuff comes from overstrength, and well, most of that overstrength is gone now because I took hits left and right because of that strength bonus, which, quite frankly, it does really hurt. It's really tough. No. It means that I need more suppression per enemy unit. I need more repairs because they hit a whole lot harder. They're way more aggressive than they are on normal difficulty. I'm really curious, like, if you play this Wehrmacht campaign on Manstein, you better make sure that you have a lot of prestige as well, because playing with 80% prestige penalty and with a 20% accuracy bonus means that it's kind of like, compared to regular Panzer Corps, playing like this is actually like you're playing on double Rommel plus half Manstein. That's basically how playing like this is. It's 80% prestige less is double Rommel on the old Panzer Corps, and then the enemy having a 20% attack bonus is, I mean, it's not the same as them having 5 additional units, sure, but if you think about it, say that you have a regular infantry, then there are 15 units with a 40% increase in damage dealing. Because they're going from 50 to 70, so that's a 40% increase for 15 strength points, or 10 basically. So for a tank, that's for a tank it's actually yeah, also the same indeed. But you can imagine that, especially with the close defense of your regular infantry being 0 and the enemy having a 100% chance to deal damage, if you choose to take Wehrmacht infantry and the enemy attacks, they're just gonna outright to do 2 more damage than they would otherwise. It's still random, of course, but that's predicted. Like, they just do a predicted 2 additional damage because their chance to deal damage is 100. Like with regular Man's Team, that's different because they get 5 additional units, it's more health, etc, etc. It's actually not really the same, but in terms of prestige it is, I suppose. At least we can use the artillery to take these guys now. The recon, which we're probably not going to use because all of this terrain is hills, and that's close terrain, and recon has 0 close defense, so putting them into a hills is absolute murder. This is actually going to be pretty tight clock. I think I can make it though. Like, it's not going to be impossible, but this is definitely going to be a turn 19, turn 20 kind of mission. We're already at 15. No, I don't. Yeah, I need to give them trucks because otherwise they won't make it. I forgot to buy additional trucks for these pioneers, which is a bit silly. That does cost me another turn though for them. Yeah, let's use a storage down there so I can actually shell them. Bit silly. So they have artillery as well. But let's de-entrench these guys first and move forward. So my recon is getting low on fuel, which kind of sucks. Kind of need to repair. Yeah, which is super expensive now. But I don't think I have the strength to pull through if I don't repair them. Yeah. It's super costly, especially the engineers. And I'm probably gonna get them back to 15 strength. But yeah, I just overstrengthed them this mission because I can't use the tanks on this mission anyway. Like I would say they're absolutely useless here. There's nothing they can do. Just yeah, I can't move to recon otherwise. Because with all those hills in which they have the close terrain, it's just unfeasible to do anything with them. So I wasn't able to sing The Illustrious because I got some bad beats on my other naval units. Might have been able to take it down otherwise, but it was just really bad there. Alright, let's attack here. And then destroy the anti-aircraft gun. And again, put the artillery. There we go. Well enough. They might take that city though. I guess they could. It's not the end of the world, but it's a problem. 17. The enemy is not likely to really do a whole lot anymore. Let's shell and see if I can get these close. Let's put them there so that maybe the enemy artillery can't reach it yet. Recon is also in a bit of a pickle, but with 2 artillery, that enemy unit has practically no chance of beating me in, otherwise I'll beat them down to pulp. 3-7, let's attack. Okay, fine. Let's not take it, no. No, because otherwise the artillery is exposed, so that's no good. There's no number on that fort anymore, it's weird. But that's it. Yeah, I can still bomb it. And here they're getting a star, nice. Yeah, they took the city, okay, fine. Oh, they have a range of 3. Oh, thought it was 2. Ah, okay. Take it back. Take the city. See, it was gonna get close. Okay, so I can use one artillery on the infantry, the other one on their artillery. Oh, that's the wrong one. Should stay out of their range like that. Yeah. Again, sucks. And I took additional damage as well. That's always nasty. Especially since it's so expensive there. Alright, let's move the storage because my units are too afraid to fly. Even just the shortest of distances. There we go. And that's it. So we at least won the mission. Fine. We got a lot less prestige than I would have hoped because I had to do all these in-game repairs at the end. Trying to avoid this, I actually should not have taken the city up in the north. That would have given me a bit more leeway to move down here and finish off these units, potentially taking that other city too. But now I have to go around this city. It's, in that sense, it's unfortunate that the game ends, or the mission ends once I take the last victory objective and they don't allow me to finish the turn or something. I can still try to... Yeah, that's never gonna work, but let's see what I can do. I'm not doing it for any bonus anymore anyway. So, might just as well try to get some experience. Yeah, that's something at least. Yeah. Yeah, because if I attack that and destroy it, then the recon yeah, it's still stuck. Alright, well, let's just take it then and end the mission. Alright, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you on the next one in Operation Falgelp.